Welcome to excuse me, sir. Welcome to Starchaeology Tarot. I am Desi. I will be your Starchaeologist or tarot reader for this month. Hey everyone, thanks for being a part of this community. Thanks for liking, subscribing. For those of you who have become patrons over at my Patreon, the link is below. I am so wildly grateful for your support. You are helping me to create more tarot content and more personalized tarot content, which is a goal of mine for this next year. If you are interested in supporting my work in any way, please check out my Patreon below. You can be a first tier patron for as little as $8 a month, and that just really helps me continue doing these 12 sign astrological readings every single month, as well as moon transit readings over there, daily card pulls, pick a pile readings, etc., etc. You may have noticed that I no longer post all 12 signs every single month on YouTube. Rather, I rotate which signs I post each month. If you want access to your signs every single month, that's another reason to become a patron and support this work in that way. I also am offering for the higher tiers over on Patreon a lot of personalized reading opportunities. So everything from, a monthly card pull for a simple question that you might have each month, to 60-minute deep dive personal readings each month. So if you're someone who really wants personal tarot support every month, check out my Patreon too, because there are discounts there for patrons versus people who just sign up for a reading with me willy-nilly. Okay, Leo, let's jump right into your September tarot reading for you. Wow, Leo, we have the 10 of Swords, the Temperance card at the heart of this reading, the 7 of Swords, and the 2 of Wands kind of just influencing the rest of the spread. The theme of this month for you, September, is standing in a portal. You're standing in a doorway, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, towards the world for yourself that you'd like to experience, the world that you want to be living, that your higher self wants you to be living, but maybe your ego self is afraid of. Your ego self may be resisting. This is the part of you where your higher self has this bird's eye view, this really broad perspective of what is important and what is right. The ego is afraid to die because there are certain parts of the ego, I think, here that are reaching their natural ending. And a lot of it has to do with belief systems, thought patterns, things that no longer serve you, things that maybe made you feel safe before. Now you're seeing like those were security blankets. They weren't the truth. They were not the truth. Wow, this is really interesting. In some way, these thoughts have betrayed you, I think. They've betrayed you in your worldview up until this point, because, this is your worldview. This is like how you see the world and how you see your world, and how that worldview moves you closer to your purpose, mission, what you're here to do in life. There are old thoughts and belief patterns that you almost feel have betrayed you in some way, because they haven't really been serving this pursuit of truth. And part of this pursuit of truth, Leo, is duality. It's the acceptance of duality. Temperance is at the heart of your reading here, meaning that there is divine power in being able to hold space for two opposing truths. Those truths don't cancel each other out. They both exist. Light and dark, both are parts of this world. And yet people are not fighting. No, it's only light. We can only have light. Or, no, it's only darkness. These are opposites. Light isn't real. Darkness is real. Darkness is the truth. Yet we're able to accept this dual nature of life as being a normal part of life. We need those opposites in order to experience anything. You know, you can't experience color if everything is blue. That's really what this temperance card is about for you, Leo. You experiencing a spectrum of truth. You experiencing many truths so that you can embrace what reality actually is, which is varied, diverse, complex, nuanced. It's not either or. It's not dark or light. It's both. It's everything. It's everything and it's nothing. In the past, this was enough, I think, to make you not really want to deal with it. I see you like avoiding this. Avoiding harmonizing opposites, avoiding harmonizing extremes or holding space for extremes. You're channeling a kind of like, you're coming into a time of learning about empathy for those extremes. Approaching the duality of life with almost an angelic type of countenance, an angelic approach. One that is non-judgmental, one that is full of forgiveness, one that finds magic in those extremes. And harmony. You know, it's almost like I'm hearing that you're coming into this time of appreciating the harmonies of existence rather than insisting that there's only one note and depriving yourself of a symphony that you could hear. This old belief pattern, belief system for you is dying, and you see now how it betrayed you up until this point. It has stabbed you in the back up until this point. It is not serving the world that you say is important to you. What's really tricky is that this is forcing you, Leo, into a time where where you are going to be forced to reckon with inauthentic parts of yourself. Being in a place of temperance, approaching duality with a divine outlook, a divine perspective, means coming to terms with the other ways in which you have betrayed yourself. I mean, both, you're sandwiched by betrayal here. But this is not betrayal, whereas this was like betrayal of your own thoughts, or what, maybe this is conditioning. Maybe this is what other people told you to believe or told you to think. And now you see how those things didn't serve you. You see how those things actually kept you in the doorway, right? Kept you in the doorway, but never really moving through that portal into greater, deeper understanding. Whoa. But now you're moving into this time where you are going to be forced to reckon with parts of yourself that have been inauthentic. Things that don't really seem to, action that you take that doesn't really seem to reflect what you say is important to you. Like tolerance. Like tolerance, like moderation, like equality. all these things that temperance stands for. The Seven of Swords, I mean, you might be coming into a time where you're able to see what is stealing energy from you, what is draining you, what is forcing you to be a false version of yourself. And these, because this is a Swords card, this often has to do with words, thoughts, communication with others, how we appear to others, concern with what people think and what we think, as opposed to what is the truth. People might think you're crazy if you hold space for the duality. If you pour water from one cup to the other and it defies gravity, like, people might think, what? That's how are you doing that? You have to pick a side. That's what we do. We pick sides. It takes great bravery to walk the path of temperance. It takes great courage to hold space for extremes, hold space for light and dark, and not try to, as one person, resolve those things or choose one over the other. Because that's in human nature. That's part of our this tribal thing we have. It's about survival. I gotta pick one. I gotta beat one extreme or the other. But that is not that kind of inauthenticity. Doing things because you are worried about what other people think of you is not serving this Two of Wands. It's not serving the world that you say you want to create, the bird's eye view of your life, the vision for your life and your purpose and your mission. You are at the precipice, really, I see, Leo, of continuing to fool yourself in certain ways, or waking up to the ways in which you're fooling yourself and calling yourself out. And this is like a very powerful time for you, potentially. If you're able to let your ego lie, if you're able to put the ego to rest and say, I'm not gonna act from that place, or rather, I'm not gonna react from that place. I want to be living my life more authentically, more genuinely, more aligned with what I say and think is important, not what others say and think is important. That is the quickest way to deceive ourselves, to betray ourselves, and to betray our missions and visions, our greater purposes here. You are really waking up to this, Leo. It's amazing to see the Temperance card just right here perfectly in the middle, like representing this middle path, this like incredible sight that the angel in Temperance has of just being like, I'm right here in the middle. I see everything. I deny nothing. And that's right in the middle card here. I mean, so beautiful. How poetic. When you have opportunities this month to question old beliefs, to let old beliefs die, to act from a place of what you feel is right versus what you feel or think everyone else will say is right. Choose the one that's authentic to you. And that's what's going to help push you through this doorway towards the life that you really deserve to be living. From this place of alignment, expansion, and just purpose that's on fire. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, subscribe, become a patron, check it out below. I love you so much. I am rooting for you, and I'll see you next time, Leo.